Wang Yibo didn't even realize he was running until the bright red carpet lights blurred behind him. Inside the ETU2 premiere hall, the film's final applause had just erupted. Reporters cheering, fans screaming, cameras flashing. But none of it reached him. Because the leaked clip playing on every screen backstage changed everything. It showed Xiao Zhan, outside the venue, standing alone, head down, looking like he was holding back an emotional storm. And Yibo reacted before he could think. Not as an actor, not as a celebrity, not as the star of ETU2, but as the one person who knew exactly what Xiao Zhan looked like when something was deeply wrong. The leak that shook the premiere minutes earlier, the ETU2 cast was lining up for photos when a producer rushed toward Yibo, whispering urgently. Someone uploaded a clip of Xiao Zhan outside. You need to see it. Yibo frowned. What clip? The producer showed him the phone. It was shaky, recorded by a passerby, the kind of video meant to go viral without context. Xiao Zhan standing by a black car, hands trembling, eyes red, talking to someone on the phone before suddenly covering his face like he was fighting tears. The caption read, Xiao Zhan breaks down. He's not safe in there. Yibo's chest tightened. Not safe. Here, at ETU2's premiere? Xiao Zhan rarely panicked. He never appeared emotional in public unless something serious happened. And before anyone could stop him, Yibo muttered, I'm going to him.
Yibo, wait.
You need to greet the audience. But he was already gone. The run he didn't plan, security tried to follow. Fans screamed his name. Cameras swung wildly, but Yibo didn't slow down. He shoved the back doors open and was hit immediately by cold night air and the sound of distant shouting from fans gathered outside the barricades. His heartbeat punched against his ribs. Where is he? Then he saw him, standing alone beside a street lamp, jacket shaking slightly in the wind.
Xiao Zhan.
The moment the world didn't expect without warning, Yibo sprinted the last few meters. Xiao Zhan looked up, but he didn't have time to react before Yibo wrapped his arms around him in a tight, instinctive hug. A raw, unfiltered, shaking embrace. Not staged. Not practiced. Not for cameras. Real. Xiao Zhan stiffened, shocked, then slowly exhaled, leaning into him. It felt like the first breath after drowning. And fans caught everything. Phones were recording. Flashes exploded. People screamed. Because never in their careers, not once, had Wang Yibo rushed out of a premiere, abandoning protocols, security, and media just to hold Xiao Zhan. But today wasn't normal. Even Xiao Zhan's voice trembled when he whispered, You came. Yibo pulled back slightly, searching his face. What's wrong? Why did you look like that? What happened? Xiao Zhan swallowed, fighting a storm of emotions. I got a call, he said quietly. About the investigation. Yibo's eyes darkened. About Menglong? Xiao Zhan nodded. They said someone at the premiere was watching you. Closely. Someone involved. Yibo's stomach dropped. So I left, Xiao Zhan continued. I didn't want to be inside while you were, his voice cracked, just enough for Yibo to understand everything. He was scared. Not for himself.
For Yibo.
The crowd goes wild, fans watching the moment exploded. Yibo ran to him. The way he hugged Xiao Zhan? This is not acting. This is real. What is going on? Is Yibo in danger? TikTok, Weibo, Twitter, everything blew up instantly. Clips spread like wildfire. The run. Yibo breaking through the doors. The embrace. Xiao Zhan closing his eyes, relief washing over him. The whisper, barely audible, intimate, terrified. The stare, Yibo's hand cupping Xiao Zhan's jaw for a split second, checking if he was okay. It was tender.
Panicked.
Emotional. And absolutely impossible to explain away. The real reason Xiao Zhan left, tell me exactly what they said, Yibo demanded softly. Xiao Zhan hesitated. It was a warning, he finally said. They told me there was a man in black inside. Someone connected to the leak and to Menglong. Yibo froze. The same one in the photo? Yes.
And that was enough.
Enough to make Xiao Zhan walk out. Enough to make him wait outside anxiously. enough to nearly break him. I wasn't going to stay in there if you weren't safe, Xiao Zhan whispered. A shock went through Yibo's chest. You think I'd let anything happen to you either? Xiao Zhan didn't answer. He didn't need to. The promise. Yibo stepped closer. We stay together tonight, he said firmly. We're not giving them another opening. Not another second. Xiao Zhan's breath caught. Yibo, no, Yibo said, voice quiet but unshakable. This started with Menglong. It won't end with us breaking apart. For the first time that night, Xiao Zhan's shoulders eased. He nodded slowly. Together then. Yibo squeezed his hand, so subtly only Xiao Zhan felt it. Together. The clip that broke the internet, the leaked footage from fans, caught the entire moment. Yibo running. Yibo grabbing him. Xiao Zhan burying his face against his neck. Security not even daring to intervene. The two whispering urgently, like the world was closing in. Within 10 minutes, hashtag skyrocketed. Hashtag WangYibo runs to Xiao Zhan. Hashtag ETU2 premiere chaos. Hashtag why was Xiao Zhan crying? Hashtag who is the man in black? But one hashtag rose above all others. Hashtag protect Yibo, protect Zhan, because fans could see it. This wasn't fan service. This wasn't performance. This was fear, emotion, and something deeper than anyone expected. And the night wasn't over. Not even close. The man in black moves the street was too quiet. Too cold. Too wrong. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan stood just outside the ETU2 venue, the sounds of fans echoing behind the barricades, but something in the air felt off. Heavy, watching, tense. And Xiao Zhan felt it first. His fingers tightened around Yibo's sleeve. He's close, he whispered. Yibo didn't question him. Not after everything with you, Menglong. Not after the anonymous warnings. Not after the blurred photo showing the same shadowy figure the night Menglong died. Stay beside me, Yibo murmured. Xiao Zhan nodded, but his eyes suddenly locked on something behind Yibo's shoulder. Don't turn around, he said quickly. He's right there. Yibo froze. Every muscle in his body went still. Slowly, Xiao Zhan's hand slid into his, not romantically, but protectively, instinctively, like someone guarding something precious. Yibo whispered, describe him. Black coat, black gloves. Standing near the silver van, watching us. Yibo's jaw tensed. The same description as the man in Menglong's last photo. The mysterious message before either of them could move. Both their phones vibrated at the same time. The same notification. Same sender. Same chilling message. Unknown number. If you leave together, he will follow you. Xiao Zhan's breath hitched. Yibo clenched his fists. This is a trap. Another message came instantly. If you separate, one of you won't make it home. The world spun. The street blurred. And for the first time since Menglong's death, Xiao Zhan felt real fear. The decision, Yibo, Xiao Zhan whispered, voice trembling. What do we do? Yibo didn't hesitate. We stay together. Always. The conviction in his voice made Xiao Zhan's throat tighten. But the sender wasn't done. A third message. He wants the notebook. Xiao Zhan's eyes widened. The one Menglong gave you? He whispered. Yibo nodded slowly. And if he gets it, Menglong's entire truth disappears forever. The man in black moved. Security outside the venue suddenly panicked. You could hear it. The static in their radios, the rushed footsteps, the sharp commands. Something was wrong. Very wrong. And then Xiao Zhan whispered, he's walking toward us. Yibo finally turned. A man in a long black coat was coming through the crowd. Unhurried. Confident. Like he knew they wouldn't run. Or couldn't. Xiao Zhan's grip tightened. He's not hiding anymore, Yibo murmured. Then the man in black lifted something in his hand, a phone, and raised it toward them. Not to record. To show them something. A single image flashed on the screen, Yu Menglong. Terrified. Inside a car. The night he died. Xiao Zhan sucked in a sharp breath. Oh my God. Yibo stepped protectively in front of him. What do you want? He demanded. The man didn't speak. He just pointed at Yibo's jacket pocket, where the notebook was hidden. Then he mouthed very clearly, give it back. The run that shocked everyone suddenly. Xiao Zhan tugged at Yibo's sleeve. "We can't fight him here," he whispered.
Too exposed.
"Too many cameras." Yibo nodded. "On three," he murmured. 1. Xiao Zhan's heartbeat thundered. 2. The man in black stepped closer. 3. They ran. Full speed. Through the screaming crowd, past security, past the barricades, through the frantic chaos behind the premiere building. People shot videos, thinking it was fan service or a publicity stunt. It wasn't. This was survival. Xiao Zhan nearly tripped, but Yibo grabbed his arm, yanking him toward a side alley. "Come on, John." But the footsteps behind them didn't slow. The man in black was following. Purposeful.
Silent. Fast.
The safe room that wasn't safe here. Yibo pulled Xiao Zhan toward a back door marked "Authorized Personnel Only." His manager had given him universal access for the premiere. The door clicked open. They rushed inside.
Dark. Empty. Quiet.
Too quiet. Xiao Zhan bent over, catching his breath. "Do you think we lost him?" Yibo shook his head.
No.
"He followed us. He always follows." He reached to lock the door.
Click.
Then a voice behind them. "You led me to the notebook." Xiao Zhan froze. Slowly, painfully slowly, they turned around. The man in black was already inside. The face revealed, his coat dropped. His gloves fell. He reached up and removed his mask. Xiao Zhan gasped. Yibo felt the world tilt, because the man standing before them wasn't a stranger. He was someone who had worked with all three of them before. Someone trusted. Someone with access. Someone who always had his face hidden behind company policies. A studio liaison. A fixer. A handler. A man Menglong had once accused of knowing too much. Yibo whispered, "You." The man smiled coldly. "You should have burned the notebook when Menglong asked." Xiao Zhan's voice cracked. "He asked to destroy it?" The man nodded. "He was trying to protect you both." The threat, he stepped forward. "Hand it over and you walk out alive." Yibo reached behind him instinctively, pushing Xiao Zhan behind his shoulder.
No, he said.
"We're not giving you anything." The man tilted his head. Then Menglong died for nothing. Xiao Zhan's eyes filled with tears of rage. "You killed him, didn't you?" The man didn't blink. "You Menglong sealed his own fate when he tried to expose us." Yibo stepped forward, fists clenched. "You won't touch us." "Oh, Yibo," the man sighed. "You still don't understand." He looked between them. "The only reason you're both still alive is because you haven't published what's in that notebook." Xiao Zhan's breath caught. "Yet," the man added. The escape and then alarms. Security rushing. Doors slamming. Shouts echoing through the hall. Someone must have seen the man follow them. He cursed under his breath. "This isn't over." He turned and ran toward the opposite exit. Yibo grabbed Xiao Zhan's wrist. "We're leaving now." They sprinted out the back door, into the cold night, into a waiting chaos. And the notebook thumped against Yibo's chest with every step, a reminder that Yu Menglong's truth was still alive. And so were they.
For now.